And that 6 people have died after 2 helicopters collided mid-air in Brazil. Among the victims is a popular singer, Oliver Tree.
Oliver Tree.
American singer and comedian Oliver Tree.
Outpouring of tributes for the singer across social media from friends and fellow artists.
What's your advice and message to people maybe struggling through some sort of addiction or going through a painful moment?
Remind yourself at that moment when you're going through that suffering that that's a reminder of how precious life is and how short life is, and use that as momentum to push you to take advantage of every single second of every single day. So make the most of it. Don't live your life to satisfy other people. Do it for yourself and what's right for you.
On June 14, 2026, reports began emerging that a musician and internet personality, Oliver Tree, had died in a helicopter crash in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He was just 32 years old, and for many people, that news felt impossible to process, including myself. Even after becoming one of the most recognizable musicians on the internet, many people still weren't entirely sure who Oliver Tree actually was. Was he a comedian, a musician, a performance artist, or was he somehow all those things at once? Oliver Tree Nickel was born on June 29, 1993 in Santa Cruz, California. Long before he became known for absurd interviews and elaborate music videos, Oliver was fascinated by creativity. Music became part of his life at an early age. He began learning piano as a child and eventually expanded into recording and producing. Unlike many artists who discover music during their teenage years, Oliver Tree was immersed in it from a very young age. But that's what makes his early years interesting. It isn't just that he enjoyed music, he seemed obsessed with also creating entire worlds. Throughout his career, Oliver Tree became known for turning every song into a larger experience. The music wasn't enough. There needed to be characters and visuals and costumes and crazy stunts. Even in his earliest creative projects, that instinct was already there, the desire to build something bigger than the music itself. And despite his growing interest in music, another passion was competing for his attention, one that would eventually become just as important to his identity, and that is scootering. When people think about Oliver Tree today, they usually picture the bowl cut, and the glasses, and the scooter. But the scooter wasn't just a prop or part of his character, it was his life growing up. During the late 2000s, freestyle scootering was beginning to emerge as a legitimate extreme sport, and Oliver Tree became deeply involved in it. By his mid-teens, he was spending countless hours at skate parks throughout California, and he was training and competing and building a reputation within the freestyle scooter community. People who only discovered him through his music are often surprised to learn how serious he was about the sport.
Tell you now, I'm very, very, very excited to show the world what I can do on a scooter.
It wasn't just a side hobby from him. For a period of his life, it appeared entirely possible that Oliver's future would revolve around a professional competition rather than music. And then came the accident, one of the most defining moments of his life. Oliver has spoken repeatedly about suffering from a serious scooter injury when he was younger. He even wrote a song about it called Hurt.
Not a lot of people know this, but the song Hurt is actually about a scooter crash I had when I was 18. I was in a semi-pro freestyle contest. I come in off this 20-foot roll in full speed going in. Out of nowhere, there's this little pebble. Front wheel hits it. I just go flying, both arms out, break my right wrist, break my left wrist.
And suddenly, the thing he had always loved in the background became the main focus: music. He began spending more time producing and recording and writing songs, trying to discover what kind of artist he wanted to become. And these traits would eventually become the defining features of Oliver Tree today. The only thing missing was the vehicle that would bring them all together, and that vehicle would arrive in the early 2010s under a much simpler name: Tree, the forgotten version of Oliver Tree. Before Oliver Tree became a viral sensation, there was a time where he simply went by Tree, and almost nobody remembers him. And around 2010, while still in his late teens, Oliver began releasing music online under the name Tree, and Oliver Tree was one of the thousands trying to break through. The difference was that his music didn't sound like anyone else. His songs blended in indie rock and hip-hop and electric and folk and experimental sounds into something difficult to categorize. And while that uniqueness would eventually become his greatest strength, it also was what made it difficult to market. Then, in 2013, at just 20 years old, he released his debut episode, Demons, through Apollo Records, and this was a significant achievement. Apollo had worked with respected experimental artists and electronic musicians for decades. For a young musician from Santa Cruz, landing a release through a label was a major opportunity, and one of the most notable moments of his era involved Radiohead. Oliver Tree recorded a cover of Radiohead's Karma Police, and for a young musician trying to establish himself, that was amazing. And looking back at the Tree era now, something became obvious. The talent was already there, the songwriting, everything. Everything that would later make Oliver Tree successful already existed, and that's where the next chapter begins. Because while studying music technology at California Institute of Arts, Oliver wasn't just learning how to make music, he was learning how attention works. And soon he'd create one of the most effective internet personas of modern era, the birth of Turbo. If there was one moment that changed Oliver's life forever, it wasn't a song, it wasn't an album, it was a character. Somewhere around 2015 and 2016, Oliver began experimenting with short-form comedy videos online. 6-second videos were producing internet celebrities almost overnight. But instead of creating a polished influencer persona, he went in the complete opposite direction. He created someone ridiculous, a man with a bowl cut, an oversized sunglasses, and a bright windbreaker, and massive pants, and an almost supernatural level of confidence despite looking completely absurd. This character would eventually become known as Turbo, and it worked immediately, because Turbo wasn't cool, he wasn't aspirational, he was weird. In an internet full of people desperately trying to look perfect, Oliver intentionally made himself look ridiculous. That decision separated him from everyone else. People laughed and people shared the videos and people turned screenshots into memes, and most importantly, people started to remember him. As Oliver Tree's video started to gain traction, something interesting started happening. People weren't just recognizing his music, they were recognizing him, the character that had become bigger than the songs. And rather than just fighting that reality, Oliver Tree embraced it completely. The bowl cut became permanent, and the scooter became permanent, and the glasses and the pants. Turbo wasn't just a character anymore, he was becoming a brand. In years ahead, that brand would take over the internet. In 2016, Oliver released a song called When I'm Down, and at first it didn't seem like a career-defining moment, but looking back at it, it marks the beginning of everything. The track gained traction online because it felt different from mainstream pop music. By 2017, Atlantic Records signed him, and for most artists, signing with a major label is the end goal. But for Oliver Tree, it was only the beginning, because what happened next transformed him from internet curiosity into a global phenomenon. In February 2018, he released a song called Alien Boy. The title track quickly became one of his most defining songs, but the music alone wasn't responsible for its success. It was the videos. Oliver understood something many artists never fully grasp. People don't share songs, they share experiences. The Alien Boy video looked like a combination of extreme sports culture and surreal comedy and just crazy monster trucks and scooters and explosions and absurd visuals. Then came Hurts, released later in 2018. The song would become one of its most defining moments of his career. The music video was filmed in Ukraine, and according to Oliver Tree, the production costs escalated dramatically as he pushed for increasingly ambitious visuals. And whether every budget claim was completely accurate or hardly mattered, the result spoke for itself. Millions of views arrived almost immediately. The song exploded online and new listeners flooded into his audience. And suddenly, Oliver Tree was no longer just an internet personality. He was a legitimate music star. And what made him unique wasn't just the music, it was the complete control over the entire package. Unlike many artists who simply appear in videos created by other people, Oliver Tree was deeply involved in nearly every creative decision. He directed, he produced, he designed, he planned stunts, he even did most of the stunts himself without any double stunt character. By 2019, Oliver Tree had become impossible to ignore. Hurts was everywhere, Alien Boy was everywhere, the memes were everywhere. And this is exactly what he wanted. By 2020, Oliver Tree had reached a strange position in popular culture. Millions of people knew exactly who he was, but very few people actually understood him. To some, he was a musician, to others, he was a meme, to others, he was a comedian pretending to be a musician. And that confusion wasn't accidental. It was the entire point. In July 2020, Oliver Tree released his debut studio album called Ugly is Beautiful. And ironically, the album title may have been the most honest thing he's ever said, because the entire Oliver Tree project was built around that idea. For decades, pop culture had rewarded perfection. Perfect hair, perfect clothes, perfect personalities, everything. But Oliver Tree did the opposite. He intentionally made himself look ridiculous, and everything about his appearance seemed designed to make people laugh. But underneath the joke was a surprisingly powerful idea. What if being memorable mattered more than being cool? Most artists spend years trying to create a perfect image, but Oliver Tree created an unforgettable one. And the internet rewarded him for that. Later, TikTok arrived, and suddenly Oliver Tree became bigger than ever. In 2021, his song Life Goes On exploded across the platforms. Millions of people used the track in videos. The song spread around the world, and a new generation discovered Oliver Tree for the first time. And what's fascinating about Life Goes On, the song, wasn't originally released as a TikTok trend. Like many viral hits, the audience chose it, and the internet decided it belonged to them. And that's something Oliver Tree seemed to understand better than most artists. You can't force culture. You can only create conditions for it to happen. For years, he had been building memorable visuals and memorable songs and everything, and eventually all those pieces combined into something much larger than himself. By the early 2020, Oliver Tree had become one of the most recognizable personalities of the internet. Not because he fit into a category, but because he refused to. And perhaps that's why so many people connected with him. Deep down, Oliver Tree represented something increasingly rare. Authentic weirdness. Not a manufactured one, but real. The kind that makes people almost uncomfortable, but some also laugh at it. The kind that just simply doesn't fit. And people loved him for that, including me. As the years continued, Oliver Tree kept evolving. 2022 saw the release of The Cowboy Tears, a project that surprised many fans. Instead of leaning further into electronic music, Oliver explored country influences and American aesthetics. Some listeners loved it, others were confused. In many ways, was the most Oliver Tree thing possible. Whenever people expected one thing, he gave them another. Then came along Alone in a Crowd in 2023, an album that felt more reflective than much of his previous work. And beneath the comedy and absurdity, there had always been a recurring theme throughout Oliver Tree's music: loneliness, isolation, feeling disconnected, Hurt, Alien Boy, Jerk, even Life Goes On. Beneath the colorful visuals and outrageous videos were songs about rejection and heartbreak and insecurity, and perhaps that's why it resonated so strongly. People came for the character, but they stayed because the emotions were real. And as the mid-2020s approached, Oliver remained one of the internet's most recognizable artists. He continued touring and creating videos and making appearances. But then, as you know, in June of 2026, and as he was touring the world for his world tour, something horrible happened. Reports emerged that Oliver Tree had died in a helicopter crash in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's easy to remember him as the scooter guy or the meme guy, the bowl cut guy, whatever. But reducing him to that misses the point. The character was never the entire story. It was just the doorway into the story. Behind all the chaos was a musician who spent years perfecting his craft, a filmmaker obsessed with being cool and creating cool visuals, a performer willing to embarrass himself for art, an internet-era artist who understood attention better than most people. Long before becoming famous, Oliver once dreamed of creating music videos people would never forget. In that sense, he succeeded beyond anything he'd probably imagined. For someone who has spent much of his career pretending to be someone else, he ended up creating one of the most recognizable identities of his generation. And in a world of copies, that's a legacy very few artists have ever achieved.